see what we have done in the last class. So in the last class where we are here in the first block. So this is my block. This is my first position. And after that, I move here in the second position. This is my second position because I was in that particular direction. So initially I am looking in this particular direction. That's why this is my second position, right? Now, if you'll see, if I am in the second position, what I'll feel. So here it is all none. Here the breeze will be there only. There is no stench. There is no glitter. There is no bump or there is no steam. Only breeze you can feel. So you can identify that. If you are here, you can identify that somewhere here there is a pit. Somewhere here there is a pit. Means in these blocks we have a pit, or somewhere here we might have a pit, right? So with the conclusion of these breeze, you can identify that these are the three positions where there may be a pit. Now you know that in the first position, you do not get any you do not get any any pit. Why? Because in the first position you are safe, right? Now what you do after that, you cannot go here because you are in the doubt that there must be a pit, right? So you cannot go here. Now what is the next position where you can go? Could you go here? No, you cannot go here because here also you have a doubt of the pit. So you go in your previous position. So you will come here again in the first position, and from the first position you take another direction because you cannot go diagonally. You have to go you have to go vertically or you have to go horizontally. So now this is your third position right now. So this is your third position right now. So when you are here, so what you feel a stench. So when you feel a stench, what is your doubt? Your doubt will be like Wumpus will be here. Wumpus could be here, or Wumpus could be here. So you have a doubt like these three are the places where you will find Wumpus. Now after getting these these senses, you will find it out, or this percept, you will find it out that there may be the Wumpus in these positions. Now you will conclude that because I am here in the first position, there could be no Wumpus. There could be no Wumpus. So this particular option will be cut down. Now you will identify that when you are in this particular position, in the second position, you will find a breeze, but you didn't find the Wumpus, or you didn't find the stench. It means that there will be no Wumpus because I didn't find the stench here. If I'll find the stench here, there should be definitely a Wumpus. So this particular option is also removed, means there is no Wumpus. But what about here? Here it might be Wumpus because in my adjacent, two of the adjacent, there is no Wumpus. Here we have a wall, and here there is a chance of Wumpus. So where you'll go? You cannot go to the first position because you know what is there in the first position. So you will go here in this particular position. So this is your fourth position where you'll go. Now after getting in the fourth position, what you will feel? You will feel nothing. Why? Because there is in the adjacent, there is no Wumpus and there is no pit. So you will not feel any stench. You will not feel any breeze. What you feel? You will not feel anything else. So what you do is you'll go to another position. Means you can go, right? So any of the position is safe. So you can go into that direction. 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 So any of the direction you can go. Now this direction you have already explored, this direction you have already explored, that direction has to be go and that direction has to be go. Now what it will do is it will go into that particular direction, and now your agent is in this fifth position. So when this agent is in fifth position, it will, what it will find out, it will find out stench, it will find out breeze, it will find out glitter also, but it will not find out any bump, or it will not get any scream sound, right? So it will identify like, in this particular position I have gold. Why? Because I can feel glitter. Now once it will feel glitter, it will just grab the gold, and then it will follow the same path from where it came. So it will go to this fourth position, then third position, and then first position. In that way, it will go out from this particular Wumpus world and this particular grid and get out from that game, right? So this is how this Wumpus world works. Now here in this Wumpus world, we have to represent in the form of knowledge, right? So how we can represent a knowledge? We can represent a knowledge using propositional logic. And here in the propositional logic, we'll see that how we can represent these type of examples. Now, as we understood, like in this particular position, it says that at 2, 2 would smell when was in 2, 1. So what it is saying that 2, 2 there is no Wumpus. That is a conclusion, because the third move is the crucial move here. So this is the first, and then second, the third, yeah. So the fourth move, this particular move is the crucial. So here, when your agent is coming in that particular pit, that is your, let's say, the fourth action that has to be taken. Then this fourth action, that how this action could be performed, that we'll see that how this 2, 2, which is a grid ID in 2, 2, how you will take the decision. So about this decision, we are going to make one propositional logic. Let's see some rules and some atomic propositions that we have. So what are the different propositions we have? So we all know that proposition is nothing but some sort of variables, and this variable could be represented in the form of sentences. So let's say the first one is S12. What is this S12? S is for the stench, okay? B is because of the breeze. W is because of Wumpus. V is visited, and OK means that particular cell is safe. So S12. S12 means where S12? 12 is this one. This is 12, right? So S12. What is the meaning of S12? Stench. So how you can say S12 is there is a stench in cell 12. Okay. Now come to B34. What is say in third 3, 4, where you have 3, 4. Okay, where you have 3, 4. Here. This is your third column and fourth row. Sorry, from here we are starting. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why this one be the third column and the fourth row. So in this 3, 4 what block, or this 3, 4 room, there is a breeze in cell 3, 4. So how you'll find out there is a breeze in 3, 4? So yeah, there is a breeze in 3, 4. Why? Because pit is surrounding to it. Okay. So that's why there is a breeze in 3, 4. So there is some assumptions in which after that we'll find it out that how we can make the propositional logic. W22, it means that in 2, 2 there will be a Wumpus. So Wumpus in cell 2, 2, that is there in the 2 comma 2. V1 comma 1 means I have visited cell 1 comma 1. OK 1 comma 1 means the cell 1 comma 1 is safe. 1 comma 1 means the initial position of the agent is safe. Now we'll find out some rules. So that is important to getting the rule. So the first rule is S11. What is S11? We know that stench. Stench in 11, not negation. Negation of S11. It means that in cell 11 there is no stench. If there is no stench, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is in its adjacent or in its particular block, there is no Wumpus, right? So there is no Wumpus in 1-1, there is no Wumpus in 1-2, and there is no Wumpus is 2-1. If you see the diagram, you can understand. So if you are here, what are you saying? You are saying that in that particular position, I do not find any stench in this particular position, right? In 1-1, I don't have any stench. So if I don't have any stench, it means that in this particular position, there is no Wumpus. There is no Wumpus. Here, in this particular position, there is no Wumpus. And here in this particular position, we have no Wumpus, right? So it is a negation of Wumpus. It means that in 2-1, in 1-2, and in 1-1, there is no Wumpus. So it is written in here. If you can see, this particular is written here. There is no Wumpus in 1-1, there is no Wumpus in 1-2, and there is no Wumpus in 2-1. In that way, we can make a logic. So this is one logic, one rule that we have made from the propositional logic. 2-1. 2-1 is a position, there is no stench. If there is no stench in 2-1, it means that there is no Wumpus in the adjacent one. So what is the adjacent? Adjacent is 1-1, there is no Wumpus. 2-1, there is no Wumpus. 2-2, there is no Wumpus. And 3-1, there is no Wumpus. So that is the conclusion of 2-1 if in 2-1 there is no stench. So if you'll see, where is 2-1? Here it is 2-1. And in this 2-1, there is no stench. It means that then it's in its surrounding, it means that here there is no Wumpus, here there is no Wumpus, here there is no Wumpus, and in the same block there is no Wumpus. So this is how we can make another rule that there is no Wumpus here. There is no Wumpus in these places. Why? Because there is no stench. Okay. Now this is the second rule. What is the third rule? Third rule says that there is no stench in 1-2. Why? Because there is no Wumpus in it. Okay, because there is no Wumpus in its surrounding. In the same way, the last one, it says that there is a stench in 1-2. So this is the opposite of the rule. Let's say the stench is 1-2. Let's say the previous one. What is this? This is here 1-2. Now here we have two rules. One rule says that there is a stench. Another rule says that there is no stench. Now first we'll find out that if there is no stench. If there is no stench, then definitely there is no Wumpus, there is no Wumpus, there is no Wumpus, there is no Wumpus. But the second rule says that there is a stench. If there is a stench, then there is a Wumpus, there is a Wumpus, there is a Wumpus, and there might be a Wumpus. So the second rule is the opposite of it. If you will see that the stench is in 1-2, it means that the Wumpus is in 1-3, Wumpus is in 1-2, Wumpus is in 2-2, and Wumpus is in 1-1. So in that way, we have created 4 rules. So 4 rules had been created. Now, by using that rule, let's find it out, like how in that particular block, how we can concluded that there is no Wumpus. Where? In this particular position. In that particular position, we have identified that there is no Wumpus. So how we have identified that, right? So about that, we'll see. Now there are some rules, right? So these rules are there, and based on that rule, we'll identify. Before that, you have to know about all the inference rule. So in the last class, we have seen all the inference rule. We'll just revise it. So what is the first rule? The first rule is modus ponens. Modus ponens says that if you have a clause A and another clause, A implies B. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is B. And introduction, if you have A clause and B clause, so if you introduce A and, it will be A and B. And elimination, so if you have A and B, so your conclusion will be A or B. Now, the next one is modus ponens. It says that if you have this type of clause, negation of B, negation of B, and A implies B. So you'll find negation of A. Unit resolution, it says that if you have A and then you have or B, A or B, or negation of B, then you'll get A as a conclusion. Resolution says that if you have A or B, or you have negation of B or C, so this could be cancelified and you'll get A or C. So this is how you are getting this inference rule. So these are the rules that you have to understand, and you have to know about these rules, right? Now, after doing that, let's go to the rules. So these are all rules we have, right? Based on these rules, we'll see that in that particular set there is no Wumpus. That is the conclusion we have to draw. Now let's see. The first one will apply the modus ponens with negation of S11 and R1. So what is your R1? R1 is this one, and will apply the modus ponens with negation of S11. So negation of S11 and the rule R1 will apply the modus ponens. Modus ponens says that if you have A and A is implies B, you will get B as a conclusion. So what you get here when you apply the modus ponens, definitely these two will be cancelled out. You will get this stage, means you result. This is your result. Now next, after that, we'll apply the AND elimination. What is the meaning of AND elimination? Means if you have AND in between, that AND will be eliminated here. So you will get the separate clauses. So negation of W11, negation of W12, or negation of W21 you will get. So this is how you will get the sentences. Now next we'll apply again modus ponens rule into R2 with negation of S21, and we'll apply the AND elimination. So what we are doing the modus ponens and then AND elimination. The same thing we'll do here. So we'll get the result in this particular form. So we'll get negation of W21, negation of W22, negation of W31. Now next, we'll apply the modus ponens again in rule 4 with S12, and yeah, so we'll get this. After that, apply unit resolution. So this is how we'll get the result. In this particular result, we'll apply the unit resolution. So what is a unit resolution? Let's see. In the unit resolution, if you have these type of thing, means A or B, negation of B. So what you will get? You will get A as the answer. Go to the operation again. So the first operation is modus ponens in rule 1 with negation of S11 and after that we'll do AND elimination. The second operation is in R2 with S21. After that we'll do AND elimination. And the third operation is an R4. We'll do modus ponens with S12. And this result that we are getting, we apply the unit resolution with negation of W11. So here if you'll see, when we do that, so this W11 and the negation of W11 will be cancel out with the unit resolution. So this is how you'll get it. So these two will be cancelled out, and the rest of the thing you'll get here. Now this is you are getting. Now let's go to the next one. It says that we'll again apply the unit resolution with negation of W11. So once we apply that, this and this will be eliminated, and you're getting W13 and W12, right? Now, after doing that, we'll apply the and again unit resolution with the negation of W12, and the result will be, because these two are eliminated, the result will be W13. What is the result? W13. W13 means the Wumpus is in 1,3. So this is the conclusion that you can draw here. So where your Wumpus is here in 1,3. So here you will have the Wumpus that we got, that W13 is your conclusion from the propositional logic, and after applying all the inference rule, right? This is how it will be done. Now let's understand what are the advantages and disadvantages of the propositional logic. So the propositional logic that is there is declarative. We can easily declare it. Propositional logic allow partial, disjunctive, negated information. So we can do that, disjunction, negation, all those things we can do that. Propositional logic is compositional. We can compose it, and we can get some more results from after applying the operations on it. Meaning of B11 or P12 is derived from the meaning of B11 and P12. It means that propositional logic is context independent. The disadvantage is propositional logic has very limited expressing power. So unlike natural languages in which we express everything, but in the propositional logic we cannot express everything. We have an example like, cannot say pits causes breezes in adjacent square. So pit causes breezes in adjacent square, that cannot be represented by propositional logic. To write this thing in propositional logic, we have to write each sentences for each squares or the each blocks, right? So it says that in the adjacent squares you will feel breeze if there is a pit. So that could not be represented with one sentence. It could be represented for each and every square. We have to write the sentences. So this particular limitation, which is saying that the propositional logic has very limited expressive power, that is represented here. Like suppose you want to say that all humans are mortal. So for all humans are mortal, actually we cannot write in one word in propositional logic, because propositional logic is not that much of representative as natural languages. So if we want to write that, so we have to write near about 6.7 billion statement, because around 6.7 billion are the word population. So we have to write the proposition for each and every human being. There is another example. Let's say some people can run a marathon, right? So some people we don't know how many people, right? So there it is written some people. So we need to use disjunction of how many, around 6.7 billion statement we have to write with this disjunction. Disjunction means your or operation. So or operation we have to use to write for each and every human being. So that we have to do, and that is also not feasible. So what is the option we have? So the option is predicate logic, another type of logical representation by which we can actually represent the knowledge.